Dragon's Dungeon and danger are bound as Kuroshi and I continue our quest to defeat Alduin. It's time to keep exploring Skyrim together. With Bree's home purchased and a whole bunch of great new gear unlocked, it's time to make our way to Ivarstead. The road ahead is a long one, and there's going to be a lot of danger, but we're ready to take it on, no problem. Whether magical or physical, we'll jump right in. The addition of Lydia also makes our adventure a lot easier, and we're able to take down bandit camps with no problem, even their chiefs. I've also settled on a nice new strategy with my two-handed weapon, Shout Swing Swing. Not on your life.
Do we take their clothes?
These guys are just vigilant of Stendar. Let's leave them alone, no need to fight. We don't really need to loot anyone roadside anymore, especially if we can kill bears. With 2 melee attacks and Lydia with arrows, no problem.
Evil moving wall of water.
Better be careful, I'll shout you in. That's right, get her, Lydia. Alright, you can stop. I'm gonna miss Lydia. Now to find the cat. Nice stealth skill. Let's roll. You know, the bear's a good litmus test. If we can take it down without Lydia, we don't really need her. Should have just taken her gear, though. There's those vigilant we didn't kill earlier. Might as well help them out. You know, that seems to happen a lot, Kuroshi. After taking down the Vigilant, it was decided that we would no longer allow anyone we see on the road to live. Hell, even this guy wanted us to kill him and fight. How hard could he be? He's old. Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, he's making that hide armor work for him. What the hell is going on? Make it a 3-on-1. Easy peasy. Never thought we'd lose. There are a lot of bears on the path to Ivarstead, and instead of boring you with my POV again, let's head over to the new Kuroshi cam to see her POV on this fight with a bear. Oh, I guess Skyrim together is a little buggy.
Spiders are not bugs.
Shut up. With the long road finally behind us, we'd arrived at Ivarstead. No time to wait. No time to wait. Let's begin that journey up the 7,000 steps. Just like the road to Ivarstead, there's some wildlife in our way, but nothing we can't handle. This'll be a fight for the ages. Frost trolls are basically just bears that are weak to fire. She's kinda low. I'll defend. Nice heavy armor.
This snow is magical. Come play in it.
You know, snow is just frozen water.
Snow is stupid.
With the long road behind us, both the 7,000 steps and the path to Ivarstead, it was time to try to complete the main quest before the game broke any further. Huh. Interesting. The Greybeards let us know that we're Dragonborn and that we're able to absorb the dragon souls and use their shouts. Luckily for them, they got 2 Dragonborn to train instead of 1. They were even nice enough to share their power. Let's make sure Kuroshi gets it. It was honestly amazing that we were able to complete the outside portion of this quest training without the game breaking whatsoever, because that's pretty common, even in solo player. And we got a nice new shout of Whirlwind Sprint. With our training complete, we're told that we need to collect some random relic that they value from a crypt up in the north. Now we need to go up to this crypt up near Morthal. What's the fastest way to get there?
I fast travel down cliff.
I hope she made it. Yeah, I just took a carriage. Heading through Morthal, the game did its best to keep trying to side quest us, and with how much the game's breaking right now, we're going to avoid that and head straight to our objective, which includes Kuroshi trying to jump over water. Trying. Upon reaching the crypt, there were a couple bandits outside that needed to be dispatched first. Time to do the age-old shout, swing, swing. Oh. In addition to what was outside, there were a couple more bandits and some necromancers inside. It took us a prolonged first fight to figure out that we want to kill the necromancers first. Otherwise, we'll be fighting the bandits twice. The 3-way was increased to 4 when a couple Draugr got involved. Maybe immediately killing the mage that uses fire wasn't the best idea when Draugr are the opponents. Kuroshi also wanted to test to see how her archery skill was. She does ants for damage with it.
I am the Legolas.
Just use your sword.
I can make it work.
No, you can't. Help do damage or tank. Luckily I had Whirlwind Sprint and was able to do the age-old tactic of running behind my partner to make her fight harder. See? Very easy. There were a couple more Draugr as we headed through the crypt, And no more necromancers or bandits. And I gotta say, I'm getting a lot of mileage out of this shout. After taking in some sights of what the dungeon ahead would look like, it was time to continue. Time to sneak. And detected instantly. At least I had a chance to try out my new skill of using a power attack while sprinting. That was desync. The next part of the dungeon was pretty smooth sailing, with a lot of pretty weak Draugr. Besides the Draugr, there were also a couple skeletons who were just less tanky variants. And I was getting the hang of Whirlwind Sprint into combat. Even though we can't use it yet, we're going to head down to the Word Wall and grab the Word Wall for Become Ethereal and hope we can get a Dragon Soul soon. The next puzzle to activate the gates was kind of desyncy, but we were able to each individually do it on our own, and Whirlwind Sprint ahead. After clearing the basic puzzle, was a room filled with fire traps. Now clearly you're supposed to... You shout. Easy. The final boss of the dungeon was no issue, as Kuroshi stayed back and didn't activate the trigger for... Oh. Alright then. With the dungeon cleared, it's time to take in the awesome glory of this final room. So slow, so majestic, and there she goes. Instead of the horn we needed to retrieve, we found a note directing us back to Riverwood, and we had to get there post-haste. Pick up the speed there.
Clink, 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 clink.
Back in Riverwood, oh god. Well, the cultists from the DLC are coming. Kuroshi, where are you? Kuroshi, come on. Now let's take them. And there's more? Oh boy. Luckily, my superior tactician brain came up with the wonderful idea of sitting back and letting all of the NPCs and weak villagers tank the cultists in the fight, while I just rolled up and helped clean up. You're doing great, team. Good job. Nothing says hero of Skyrim quite like letting a little girl tank a couple fireballs. Just like the spider at the end of the last dungeon, the cultists eventually reached a point where they just kinda sat there. I'm not complaining. With the threat defeated, good luck. After the village calmed down, it was time to keep upgrading our gear and try to become even stronger to make the main quest even easier. Not dying to a troll this time. We met with Delphine, who informed us that she was part of the Blades, and they were looking for a Dragonborn to absorb the souls of dragons so they could properly kill them.
Don't mind if I do.
Hopefully she doesn't need those. Anyways, Delphine basically did her whole lore explanation and said that it was time to go kill a dragon. Alright, let's go. Why did you walk her? Looking good, looking good. We decided to head over to Darkwater Crossing instead of Windhelm and make our way north to Kynesgrove. It was a good thing we did, because along the way, we found a dragon to hunt. This'll make for a nice dragon soul. There's some Stormcloak soldiers and Imperials fighting, and guys, there's a bigger target. Well, at least I can out-heal his flames. Or, well, so much for new armor. You know, one day Kuroshi's gonna notice I don't have a bow, and she's gonna be pissed that she's carrying these fights. At least when the dragon came down onto the ground, I was able to fight mano a mano and take it on. If I can't out-heal him with magic, let's use some potions to do it. Huh. I feel this will be a common scene when fighting dragons. When the dragon landed on the ground, it was very easy for me to fight him one-on-one. Just note to self, delete the other deaths, and we're good. With a fresh new dragon soul absorbed, we headed up to the word wall that the dragon was protecting, and learned the word for Frost Breath, a really nice spell. I kinda want to test it out. Luckily, there was a witch nearby, and she was a willing subject. Easy kill. You take the house, I'll search the body. Yeah, it's as normal.
Get away from the cursed cabin.
And oh dear God, we made it to Kynesgrove. We knew better than to have Kuroshi show up first since this was an open world trigger, so I went up without her to activate the quest and get the fight started, without it breaking. Without it breaking. The fight started without breaking. It went off without a hitch. Do something. Oh, hi there. Well, we decided we were going to try to fast travel a whole bunch to see if we could fix it, and we found a nice new bug. Anytime Kuroshi enters a new area, we get the Dragon Soul message. When the quest finally triggered, Kuroshi was there first, so let's go live to the Kuroshi cam and see how it's going. Well, this is about par for the course. At least she has Delphine. And you know, I don't think you need arrows right now. When I arrived, the fight was still young. The Frost Breath spell also did dividends here, with some nice damage. And luckily, this dragon seemed to like to stay on the ground, but still took off a few times. Oh, hello. For the most part, this fight was pretty nice once all the glitchiness and triggers for the beginning were done, and we had slain our third dragon of our adventure. Delphine continued us along the main quest line, which has a lot of fun quests for Skyrim together that have lots of chances to break. We ended up going to Solitude, with Kuroshi's new Dragon Soul announcement every time she enters the area, and we met Malborn, who is going to smuggle items in for us, me, into the embassy. With my armor and weapons stashed away, Delphine gave me some new party duds, and I was ready to go along with my emotional support cat.
So cold.
Well, I guess that's what happens to the non-party leader when they can't give anything to Malborn. Anyways, we proceeded as normal as we could, and had a distraction at the party so we could break into the embassy. We were ready to go. That wasn't a cut either. That door just shut abruptly, and Kuroshi can't get through. Huh. Well, looks like this is a solo mission. I really am on my own. Wearing heavy armor and trying to sneak means enemies immediately come aggro to me. They're really aggro. Let's shut the door and wait a minute. I can win this. Let's calm down. Calm down. Thank God you don't take damage during the wake-up animation. With Kuroshi stuck at the party, it was up to me to take care of the guards. Luckily, when I got outside, the guards gave me a lot less trouble because they were much more spread out, and I was able to take them on one at a time. Heading inside, it was time to keep on taking guards out. Dude, who are you? I didn't exactly pack any potions, so this mage is giving me a lot of trouble. Hopefully I can take him down. Dragon Soul absorbed.
It's Kuroshi time.
It turns out there's a function to teleport to other players in Skyrim together, just for very scenarios like this. You can full armor, you know. Now that we were reunited, it was time to continue collecting quest items, and it was time for Kuroshi to keep looting until she found clothing she liked. Heading to the dungeon of the embassy, there was a single soldier we took care of, before finding a chest that had more quest items progressing us along. The next trigger for the guards happened instantly, and it was time for an easy fight. It's time for an easy fight. It's time for a fight that's over. With the Thalmor taken out, I wanted to test to see if I could withstand a troll. What are you jumping around for? Are you Super Mario? She's somehow tankier with just regular clothing and no armor. Having escaped the embassy, we once again found our way to Riverwood, and confirmed with Delphian that we would need to go to Riften. Hopefully there's no more buggy quests, but before then, it's time to get a room and turn in for the night before the adventure continues.